All right, geometry, here is chapter 9, construction review. I am on location again, so you may hear some background noise from the Father Gregory's class next door, so bear with me on that. What is the image of triangle DEF after a 75-degree rotation about point P? Okay, so remember it's a positive 75, so here we're going to rotate it around this point, so this is going to shift counterclockwise, so we know that it's going to be counterclockwise, and then it's going to be 75 degrees. So we have 3 points, D, E, and F, so we're going to have to shift 3 times here. 3 different things. So I'm going to use different colors for that. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to draw my line straight through the D. Oops, that didn't work so good. And notice I don't go through the P. Make the P like your starting point. And now we're going to do 75 degrees. So I'm going to line this up with the center. And I'm going to line that up. And, oopsie, I'm getting reflection. I can't read it. And we're going to follow the inside here. So we're going to go all the way to 75, between the 70 and the 80. And I'm going to grab my straight edge right through. And that is 75 degrees. And now we just need to use either the measuring tool, or I'm going to use actually a compass here. I think that's the way I taught you, compass. And I'm going to go over here and mark that. And voila, we have our first one already. That is D prime. Now we need to do E. So we'll do E next. So I'm going to use blue for that. Different colors do help to figure that out. I'm going to go this way. Remember, if I put my compass this, or my protractor this way, that's like we're rotating it that way. I want to go to the right here. So I'm going to line up that center. I'm going to line up the bottom, and I'm going to go up to 75, which is right here. Again, straight line through that. And there is that. 75 degrees. I will use my compass to measure from the center to E and arc. Oopsie, I shut it. Oh dear, am I going to throw out another compass here? Let's see here. There. So that will be E prime. Now I need one more color. I guess I'll use red. I don't have many options. Start again at that point of rotation. Draw your line straight through. Going the right way here, I'm going to line that center up. I'm going to line that bottom up with the line and go up to 75 degrees. I'm going to connect through that red line, starting always at that point of rotation. And again, here is 75 degrees. So I need to use my compass, see how far out the F goes here. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark it here. And that is our F prime. All that's left is take my straight edge and connect my 3 points. Okay, so there it's a little off, but here's my pre-image and here is my image. And that's a 75-degree rotation. Now we have another one here, and it says rotate this one 120. So this is just all really good practice. It's again going to be 3 points because my center's here, and then I've got these 3 points. And 120 degrees is around this way, 120. So I'm going to start with the purple again. I'll just stay with that. And I'm going to go through the C. And then I'm going to measure 120 degrees. So again, I'm still going to line this up and go up to 120. Make sure you follow that inside, goes past the 90 all the way to the 120. And then straight through. So this is 120 degrees. And then I will now use my compass to excuse me, measure up to the C here, which is very short. And that is my C prime. So I now need to do that with B. I'll use my blue, different color. Start at the center of rotation, go through A. Now I'm going to measure my A, 120 degrees, same direction, lands me right here, center through that point, and we have 120 here. Use the compass to go to A. Again, feel free to stop, rewind, pause, anything you need to do to follow along. Oops, I almost marked the wrong one there, didn't I? A prime. And lastly, I'll get my red out and do B. So again, starting at the center, going through B, marking, laying out my protractor so everything lines up on the bottom, going out to 120. Straight through. And we're going around again. That's 120. Use my protractor. How far is it to B? Right there. Move over here to B and mark it. Okay, that's not working so hot. I think I opened it. Let me just double check that one. Yeah, I did. B is way in here. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, it is right. Okay, good. All right, so B is right here, B prime, and then I just have to connect it. See how easily, though, it can get mixed up because I almost started using that point, which was a mistake. So here is my pre-image, and here is my image. And it's a rotated 120 degrees. All right, then we get to this, and it says 30 degrees and then 120. So we're doing 2, and it says about O. So the nice thing is, that is my center. So I only have to rotate 2 points, 30 degrees, and then 2 points, 120 degrees. So I'll use the purple. I'm going to start with the P. I'm going to draw my line through P. And I'm going to now mark it, lay it up nice and on the bottom, go up 30. Sorry, line this up, go up 30 degrees, and put a line through there. That is 30 degrees. Use my compass. How far out is that? And there it is. So that is P prime. Now I need to do it with the red line at the N. So I'm drawing my line through there. And again, line up the bottom so that I go 30 degrees, getting the bottom lined up right first, 30. Then go through the center. Oopsie, oh my. There we go. So that is 30 degrees. And I will use my compass. And I will measure out to N. And then mark it. And that is N prime. I now have it. I have my next rectangle. So I have, make sure you connect the right points. I have here to the O and to the P and back to the O. So there's those. So there's my first one, the pencil, and then that darker one. Now I have to reflect those again 120. So round and round we go. I'm going to use pencil, trying to use different colors, because now I got to reflect this P 120. So I already have this line going through here, so I don't have to draw another one, but I have to move it now 120, which is way over here. So I'm going to draw my line through there. And so now from here to here, it's 120. So I need to see how far out that P is, and then go all the way over here and mark it. So that is my P prime prime. Now I've got the end to deal with, and I didn't use blue yet, so I'm going to use blue. And I again already have a line through here, so I just need to mark it and do 120, which is right here. So I'm going to draw a line through there. Now from here to here, it's 120. I need to see how far out it goes from here to N. And we go back to here. That is my N prime prime. So now I will get a different color. Let's try this green to darken in this one. So here is the O. And right there. Voila! So we had our original one right here, and then we have our other one here, and then we have this one here. So this is my final image right here, and this was my original pre-image. Okay. Then we go to the next page. Oh, and it says do number 9 first. Oh well, I missed that, didn't I? Okay, that's all right. Let's go move on. Let's keep in order here. You can move it and go ahead to 9 if you want. I'm just going to keep it in order. Okay, so it says draw the dilation image of B prime, C prime, D prime for the given scale factor. Okay, so we have the BCD, and we have the center of X, and we need to do a scale factor of 1.5. So what you're going to do is measure the distance from, so I'm just going to draw a line from here right through the B, and I'm going to measure it, because I'm going to measure this distance right here, and I'm going to multiply it by 1.5. Get my calculator ready. Okay, so the measure, I'm going to use millimeters, so I'm going to go in here to use millimeters, and it looks like it's, let's see here, 0.8, I believe. There we are at 0.8. Is that what you see? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I do believe it's 0.8. So if we need the 1.5 scale factor, I'm going to take that 0.8 and multiply it by the 1.5, and it's going to tell me the new distance from the center, 1.2. Okay, so I'm going to now measure from here 1.2. So 1. It's right there. So that's my B prime. Okay, let's do C. So C, we gotta draw a line through C. It's gonna be really close to this one. And let's measure from C to there. It looks like it's 2.5, 6, 2.7, or is that 2.8? 7, I think. 2.7, and then we're going to multiply that by 1.5. 4.05. Okay, so then I'm going to line this up. 4.5 is 4.05 is about 4, so I'm just going to round that one to 4. Or you could do 4.1. All right, so that is C prime. And then lastly, we have to do D. So I'm going to draw a line through D, and I'm going to measure that. So when I measure that, it's 4.8. So 4.8 times 1.5. 7.2. All right, I'm going to go back to the center and measure the 7.2. Oh, there's 7. Got to go 2 more than that. Okay, so here is D prime. Now, last thing I need to do is just connect them. So let's grab that green again. So there to there, and there to the B prime, and the B prime to the D prime. There it is. So the green one here is the image. The original one is the pencil one there. That was the pre-image. So what is the scale factor? Oh, that's for this problem. It wants to know what the scale factor is for this. It would be helpful for you to know that the dotted, because otherwise it's hard to figure out, is the image. Okay. And do you remember what scale factor it is? Scale factor is equal to the image divided by the pre-image. So the image is the dotted. So that's 8 divided by the pre-image, which is the solid, which is 4. So my scale factor is 2. Find the image of each letter for a reflection. First across line L, then across line M. Is the resulting transformation a translation or rotation? For a translation, describe the distance and direction. For a rotation, tell the center of the rotation and the angle of rotation. Well, first of all, you guys should be able to tell me what this is going to be by looking at these lines. Because they are parallel, we are going to have a what? That's right, a translation. And if we're going over L and then M, L and then M, it's going to go down. So we can tell that before we even do it. This one we can tell because it's intersecting lines, so this is going to be a rotation. And I even know how far this is going to be, right, guys? We can just measure between these two things here. Oh, it's 1 centimeter between here. So how far is it going to translate? Yes, 2 centimeters. It's a 2 centimeter translation down. We can also know about this rotation. It says it's 45 degrees, so it's going to rotate how far? It's going across M, L, L, and then M. It's going to go clockwise. It's going to be a 90-degree clockwise rotation. All right, so let's do it. Okay, first I'm going to reflect the X over L. So we're just going to deal with these 4 points right here. So we have to draw lines going. It's going to go right through here. So now I have to measure. I'm going to label them so I can keep track. So let's see here. From O to D was 0.5, so we're going to go another 0.5. Okay. So that's D prime. Now let's do C. Measure up there. It is 1.1, so we're going to go 1.1 down, and that's down C prime. Now we have to go to the A. It's 1.1. So we're going to go 1.1 down. There's A prime. And I have B left. B is 0.5. And I'm going to go 0.5 down. Right there. B prime. Okay. So, oh, I thought that was off the screen. I was going to strangle myself. All right. Just kidding. No violence here. There's my X. And then it says, take it now and rotate, reflect that over M. So I'm going to grab my purple for this one. And if you can tell, M is right here. So the C, I'm not even going to do it because it's literally on the other side. C prime, when you reflect this over, this is going to be A prime prime. The only thing we have to worry about is the B's. I'm just going to extend these lines because they're parallel, I can just extend them and keep counting. So the B now, we're going to measure the B to that line, 0.5 and 0.5. It's going to be down here. That's B prime prime. This should also be 0.5 and 0.5. And that's going to be D prime prime. Kind of hard to work with these little guys, so I apologize. But if I measure now from A prime, A to A double prime, it should be 2. Ding, ding, ding. It is. Pre-image, image. So, and then over here, let's just use these 3 points, of course, reflecting over L. So always make sure when you're reflecting that your line is lined up with this. So I'm going to do my lines with the 90 degrees. Slide up to this one, make sure it's at 90 degrees. Slide up to this one, 90 degrees. And now I need to measure. So that is 0.3 or 0.4, I guess. Oops, I didn't label them. I need letters A, B, and C. So C prime. And A is 0.9. 0.9. And B is 0.6. I was hasty with that, but okay. Oh, I didn't do the middle one. I'm just going to do it in the middle there. All right. Then we have to reflect it over M. Grab my purple. So now I got to go and line up my 90 this way. So I got to do lines this way. And measure. So small, this is hard. But there's 3 there and 3 there. There's C prime prime. And measure there. It's 0.5 and 0.5. B prime prime and A is just right there and right there. So there's your image. Ideally, we should have done one right in the middle too, but it's okay. So if I check from here, let's just check the angle of rotation. It should be 90. Let's check. I'll go through the C's. Oh my goodness, was I off the screen? Oh no, I'm so sorry if I was, guys. I'm not redoing this. Okay, there's C, and there's C, and let's see. Even with all my hastiness, it's pretty darn close to 90. Yay, it worked. All right. Next page is easier. You got through the tough stuff. So here is 2 more. In fact, that's why I think I recommended you do this part first. We're going to reflect this. I wanted to review reflecting points, and that's why I put this one first, even though I have it last. When you are doing that, for one, extend this. I'm extending this line so you guys can see what I'm talking about. When you extend that line, it makes it easier for you to see your 90 and your line lining up here. And then when you're reflecting, this just moves this way, never this way. So I'm going to draw all my lines first. So I'm keeping that 90 lined up, and I'm going to draw a line through here. 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 And when you're done, they should all be parallel. So they look pretty good. Now we're going to measure. So B, I just measure from there to there. It looks like a 1. From there to there, it's a 1. C, 1, 1. A, 2.8 and 2.8. And D prime. Great. Hopefully it worked. I feel like I'm moving at a fast pace here. I'm hoping you guys are following along. Again, if not, pre-image, image. All right, last one. What is the image of F reflected first over L? Okay, so here's my L. And then across M. So we're going across this first. Then we are going across this. So, pencil, draw my lines. F is going to go. I'm going to reflect this and this and this and this and this. So again, making sure that you extend your line if you need to so that you can make sure it's lined up nicely with the 90 and the center, and then here, here. All right, looks like I'm pretty close to all of them there. We're going to measure across. So from 2.5, 2.5. So right here is 1 point. Oh, see, I didn't write them. And when you don't, you end up with these dots everywhere. So it's hard to see. C and D. Okay, so this one was A prime. So I do like to have letters. It helps keep everything clear. That's 2.8. 2.8. C, 2.5. And D. Same line right there. Which one is D? Is right between those two. 2. 2. You know, that way now when I'm connecting them, I know the A goes to the D. So otherwise it's kind of, and then the A and B connect. And then this is going to just go right there to that one. Wow, that's my worst one yet, I would say. Just be honest about that. Okay, now we're going to reflect over M. I need to extend my line. I'm going to highlight that one. It's getting pretty messy here, and I don't want to make a mistake at this point when we're almost done. So I'm going to make that jump right off at me. All right, so I'm going to do B. Do A. 1.3. It's killing my eyes, I gotta be honest with you. Killing my eyes. All right, C. G. Okay, so D connects to A. I always like to look back at that. D goes to A. And A goes to B. Where is B? Oh, shoot. Of course I have to make a mistake. That's B up there. I went to the wrong thing. D goes to A. That's down here. And then A goes to B. And then right here. Oh, brother. Couldn't seal the deal there. Okay. It's hard to see. There it is. Whew-da. Okay. So now, what is the center rotation? Well, the center is P. And the angle of rotation. So what actually happened here? We went counterclockwise, right? So we went to rotation, center P. It's a counterclockwise rotation. Now we just need to figure out the degree. But it should be what? If we see 60 here, it should be 120. Let's see if we did it right. So I'm just going to take the bottom of this, the bottom of the F. And the bottom of the F, the original one, and see if we get 120. Better be. I'm going to be ticked off. Just kidding. Oh, can you imagine that with, so as hasty as I was, it's not perfect? Darn it. 150, actually it's more like, let's see, what is it, 116? Oh yeah, it's annoying. Hate it when it doesn't work out, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I would certainly not mark a beautiful picture like that wrong if you guys did that. So I hope that helped. It was kind of tedious, to put it mildly, but it's just practice. It's practice. You're not going to have to do a lot of these. You're going to have to do one of these on the test, like a rotation. You're going to have to do a translation. So, yeah, that's it. Take care.